Hey everybody, it's the coach, and this is Madden Night.
And we're about 5 miles northwest of downtown Tampa at beautiful Raymond James Stadium near Florida's Gulf Coast. Today, after a crazy opening weekend, it's on to week 2, and we've got a good one here between the Philadelphia Eagles and the Tampa Bay Buccaneers. This is taken about 7 yards deep. And no run back here. This will be a touchback, and it comes out to the 25-yard line. They go play action here on first down. Under a heavy rush, and down he goes.
Brandon, if I'm an offensive coordinator and I see an all-out rush like that, I file it away because I'm going to use their aggressiveness against them as this game goes on. I'm going to hit them with a screen soon.
Now a second down throw for Winston. Left side here, that's complete to Godwin. A good pickup there at 22. So here's a 1st and 10 at the 38. On play action, Winston. Pressure comes, and down he goes. The Eagles get there for the sack.
And they're picking up right where they left off with the shutout that they pitched last week. A huge part of that, this pass rush. They know how to get after people.
Offensively, good luck finding some answers right now. And they'll go with the ground attack here. And he is met quickly in the backfield. Down he goes, folded like a long... chair.
Ready, blue.
3rd and long for Winston.
How'd that guy beat me out?
Through the contact. Incomplete. You can tell they were hoping for a flag there offensively. Several on the sideline motioning. Hey, why not a penalty? Why not a penalty? What did you see?
Yeah, I think you've got to let them play, and the officials are instructed. If there's contact coming from both sides, no flag. Let them fight it out.
And forces 4th down. Oh, I nearly broke that one. As it stands, though, a heck of a 36-yard run back. And the Eagles will have great starting field position here as they take over. Here's the first carry now for Todd Gurley. Oh, and now he bowls him. Todd Gurley, wave goodbye. Touchdown, Philadelphia. Todd Gurley with touchdown number 8 on the year. And the Eagles have taken the early lead. They scored the most points of anyone on opening weekend, and now first quarter touchdown here.
And while there's no guarantee that all the points they scored in opening weekend are going to hold up and be the average all year long, they're certainly starting to set that type of a pace. And what you do with that is you put in the heads of all of your opponents, we've got to really be ready on defense because these guys know how to put the ball in the end zone.
You think they can keep piling on the points like this?
I think they can if they're prepared to adjust and adapt because they won't see the same defenses week in and week out.
Winston and the Bucs take over now, 1st and 10 at their 25-yard line.
This guy's such a big idiot. They're going to run.
Winston. That is incomplete. The tight end Cameron Brate was the target. And now it's 2nd down.
Sometimes the coverage is so good, no matter what you're doing on offense, you just can't shake anyone free. They try their best to find someone open, but they took away every passing alley, every angle, and shut the play down.
And they'll go on the ground. And nothing doing. He's immediately taken down at the line of scrimmage. On the stop was Aaron Donald. And he got off the end there very quickly to make that play.
Yeah, it was almost like the bullet train, wasn't it? I mean, just zoom. Quick, quick, quick. And what a terrific play, holding them to no gain.
And the pressure gets there, and Winston goes down. And that is the 3rd sack this offensive line has allowed this first quarter.
Yeah, that puts him on pace. I did the rudimentary math here to be sacked 12 times in a game. I know he's not going to go for that. I wonder if it's going to reshape what they decide to do on offense in terms of play calling.
Well, I can tell you what, when he popped up, shaking his head, frustrated. The big fella!
You call me big?
He'll score. Touchdown.
It's actually Tyreek Hill right there.
Tyreek Hill, his first touchdown here of the new campaign. And the Eagles are able to strike quick. And we always talk about kick returns being so exciting on kickoffs. Punt return almost equally exciting.
And typically we talk about the kickoff return being the most exciting 10 seconds in football. Let's just cut it in half for a punt return and make it the most exciting 5 seconds in football. It's a great, glamorous, dashing play.
So after surrendering the punt return for a score,
there's no way
let's see what they can do in turn on this kickoff. Now it's Adam Humphries on the return. And all that worked, but he stopped where he ultimately would have been, and he's simply taken a knee, and that's the 25-yard line. And Tampa Bay trots out there now. Already down 2 touchdowns here in the first half. This becomes a pretty important drive, doesn't it?
It certainly does, and a lot of the teams script plays. We know that, right? They have a script to start the ball game, and typically those scripts go between 12 and 24, 25.
Adam, I think I hit him.
Down 2 touchdowns early. Probably not very deep into their script. I think that they'll stay with it. I don't think they'll abandon it just yet and try and generate some offense on this drive.
Anything. At least 3 points, get that 0 off the board. And on the ground they go with a running back. And this one goes nowhere. Losing yardage back at the 22. It'll be a loss of a full 3 yards there, and it also brings up 3rd down.
But we just saw a great example of what we talked about with his coach prior to the game. He's definitely one of the better linebackers at reading a play and flowing.
Looking for Evans, and it's intercepted. Picked off by the linebacker, Demario Davis. And his guys are going to take over at the 31-yard line.
Well, Brandon, there's no question who they're going to look to on 3rd and long, but you can bet this defense knows that as well, so they're getting blanketed downfield. And this ball winds up being intercepted.
He winds up getting only a couple there, down to the 29.
Well, we saw him there trying to get it to the outside, trying to get to the perimeter, but not a whole lot of room there. There's got to be one positive to that. If you keep moving laterally, creases tend to develop as the game moves on, and they can run it back inside later.
And Gronkowski's got it, complete over the middle. And inside the 20 before he's brought down. Give him 12 yards on that one. It earns him a fresh set of downs.
A lot of tight ends just use their size and their strength, try to occupy some space and kind of body people away and catch the football. But not this guy. He's a refined route runner. Makes me wonder if he's...
And he is into the end zone. Touchdown, Philadelphia. Zach Ertz, his first touchdown of the new season. And the Eagles add 6 to their lead.
The tight end position has always been dangerous, especially in the red zone, short field. But now even more so because these tight ends aren't necessarily the tight ends of old. They're the rocked-up wide receivers who have a little bit more speed. Way harder to cover than before.
Elliott now. Kick this one
that
away.
Was really weird because I didn't press anything.
Here's Humphries.
Oh, the little man just chucked him.
And they have the football and will take over at the 24-yard line.
Oh my God!
As that ball got away from him, and he saw the opposing team recover it.
You felt his pain?
Oh, I felt his pain, and you know what was going through his head. Tuck it away. Take care of the ball. All the things he heard all week in practice, he didn't carry it over into the game.
Caught left side, it's Beckham. And on this one, he'll get to the 15, right at the 15-yard line. 10 yards on the pickup there, and it'll be 2nd down.
I always laugh when people say, what's the toughest route to defend? And I'm like, any of them, especially if it's a good receiver. That makes things very difficult. But when you're running a drag route,
he's already in the end zone.
Short, shallow,
oh my God,
through defenders, using guys almost as screens in order to get open, that makes things tougher, guys trying to get to the football.
They'll try and push it in with Gurley. And he's in for an Eagles touchdown. Todd Gurley. And the Eagles add on to their lead. Oh, look at this. A flip to the kicker. He's going to try to run for it. And he gets in. But no one was expecting a fake there, but they add 2 more onto their lead. Elliott now to kick this one away.
the refs were calling flags because they haven't called any in my
Free
first
kick
game.
out of bounds. Kicking team.
This is the first penalty.
And that
Maybe
drives
they have
coaches
to call
insane,
flags.
doesn't it? When they see that happen, it just doesn't feel right,
This
does
league
it?
is
Plus,
messed
you're
up
giving
because
up
I
yardage.
traded
Winston and
to
the Bucks
get
take over now, 1st and 10 at the 40.
some people, and it said that they were on the team for 3 years. And
And they'll try the ground game here with the running back. And he fumbled it. It's on the ground. And the Eagles have recovered.
yeah, I had it that
It
whole
was
time.
pretty evident in reading everything, hearing these guys talk, that this was a deal they wanted to get done. They know how valuable he is to this team.
Absolutely a key component to what they do and what they do well. And if they want to continue to have success in the future, they knew they needed him, and they got the deal done.
Give me some time. Come
Now
on,
after
Beckham.
the fumble recovery, it's Mahomes eluding the pressure right. He'll let it go deep.
What a horrible throw.
And nearly picked off
Dude, he was
there.
wide
Almost
open right there. I
intercepted.
should have blown it.
Instead, 2nd down.
Are there any more of those kind of plays?
I'm laughing to myself because I could just hear in
pressed
film
on
session.
that.
But, Coach, I was throwing to Odell Beckham Jr. Of course I thought he was open.
They'd love to go deep downfield to him, though. Such a threat.
Yeah, a rare incompletion because most of the time we expect him to actually come up with the catch.
Now here's Mahomes being chased out left.
That's it.
And that's
Dude,
gonna be
Mahomes
knocked
up
away
throwing
and
it too far in
incomplete.
front of him.
And with it, time has expired. So back-to-back incompletions, and that has him staring at a 3rd and 10.
That's what happens when I try to throw the ball. Running the ball is so much.
Working from the gun, Mahomes.
Dude, Mahomes, you
Another
suck!
thrown incomplete.
I can't take
Certainly
Mahomes.
looked like they were getting ready to convert there on 3rd down, but what an effort to get his hand on that one, knock it away, and brings up a 4th down decision.
So now on comes the field
they're
goal
ready for the
unit,
fake.
and wow,
Come
this is
on.
no ordinary try here. This will be spotted just shy of midfield. A 59. Oh, look at this. A flip to the kicker. He's going to try to run for it. Shedding the tackler, that gives him some room. Touchdown,
Exactly.
Philadelphia. A big play there. 42 yards. And the Eagles are pouring it on. And he takes off with it. It's a fake. And this is caught in the middle of the field. And he gets in. And no one was expecting a fake there, but they add 2 more onto their lead. He hits the big target for the 2-point try. Defenses hate those guys, especially around the goal line.
It's hard to decide who you're going to put on him. Are you going to put a smaller corner on him? Are you going to put a safety who doesn't have maybe the same coverage skills? How about a linebacker? He may have the size, but he's not used to really covering in space. That's why the tight end gives you such a great advantage when you're throwing the football.
Yeah, but guess what?
So out come the Bucks now, and they had the fumble last time that led to a touchdown. That's a no-no. We'll see what they do here this go-around.
A big no-no. Put that in capital letters. Turning it over, the other team takes it down and scores. That can be a deflator for a football team. Now it's up to the offense to get back out on the field and pick things up.
Now, they're out there. We'll see if they can pick those things back up.
We just saw another example of how the defense is winning this game. Really at the point of attack, the offensive line just getting pushed around. I think now as a play caller, you got to give them a little bit of help. Maybe keep your tight ends a little bit more. Maybe the running backs help you a little bit with the pass blocking. But you've got to help them get some confidence because you can't abandon the play calling right now.
Winston from the gun on 3rd down. Eagle pressure, too much this time. Down he goes. Fletcher Cox coming in to drop him for a loss of 8, and it'll be 4th down.
Time up.
The amount of sacks that they've absorbed in this game is absolutely extraordinary. Let's just face it. This offensive line flat out cannot handle this pass rush. It's been demonstrated time and time again.
Skirts by him at the 35.
Oh, come on!
Nearly a huge return, as it is. Still a very good one.
Dude,
24 yards. And the Eagles will have it taking over 1st and 10. So good starting field position for them here as they come up 1st and 10. They'll start out on the ground with Gurley. Twisting away.
Oh my goodness, they cannot
Gets through and now opening. Now he's going to get this all the way down inside the 35. A big chunk on the ground there, 27 yards. From the 34 now, here's 1st and 10.
What you doing there, buddy?
Gurley again here on 1st down. They'll be inside the 25 now at the 24. It'll be a pickup of 10 yards. And that'll make it 2nd and a foot or so.
Ooh.
Another good run there for a guy who, remember, on Wednesday was named NFC Offensive Player of the Week for what he did a week ago.
Yeah, and you know it takes some solid runs and some extra special ones in order to win that type of an award. I think he's locked in and wants to get it done a second time.
18 yards there, and it'll be a 1st and goal.
Oh, so is Thomas. Who's Thomas?
On 1st and goal, Gurley. And he'll take it into the end zone for an Eagles touchdown. Todd Gurley on his way to a monster game. 3 first-half touchdowns. And the Eagles continue to roll.
Well, 3 scores in this game. I think that deserves some type of a broad gesture. I know in hockey, that's called a hat trick, and people throw their hats out on the ice. What about us? What can we do for this guy?
Well, if I'm his teammates, I'm buying him a little steak dinner tonight, right? At least a skirt steak, probably a filet.
Oh, you're going big. I like that.
Yeah, I mean, skirt. Oh, they flip it to the kicker. He looks like he's going to throw it. And his throw is incomplete.
Partner, that type of a lead, and they're going to fake it from the 15 to try and pick up a 2-point play instead of kicking it through the post. Come on, man. Put that in mothballs. Come on.
What?
Come on. Don't do that.
Put that in mothballs.
Yeah, preserve that for it. That's an ancient relic. Faking it.
He's got
understand you want to rub it in a little. You fake it when you snapped it from the 3. But from the 15, mothball that bad boy, just like my grandmother had.
Yeah,
in her attic, the stuff she used to preserve.
Did the same. It smelled terrible.
How would we fuck
here on 1st down? Looking for Evans, and it's intercepted. Picked off by Stephon Gilmore.
No way.
And a super return as he gets us all the way down inside the 25-yard line.
I'm not sure, Brandon. We've seen a sloppier played game this year for a team on offense. Turn it over 4 times and expect to win? No chance whatsoever. And look, I have no idea what the ratio is about turnover 4 times and how that correlates to winning or losing. But I'll guarantee you, it's not very good.
A nice run there, 9 yards, and it'll be 2nd down.
First play of the drive. Let's give credit all around. Excellent blocking. But the guy carrying the ball, he was the finisher. A really nice run.
Now on 2nd down, this is Gurley. And able to get him down, but he does reach the 5. It's a 10-yard gain there, and it sets him up now 1st and goal. They'll try and run for 1st and goal.
Oh, yeah.
And he's in. Touchdown, Eagles. Todd Gurley on his way to a historic performance, 4 first-half touchdowns. And the Eagles are pouring it on. And he takes off with it. It's a fake.
I know the play ends up in the end zone with one person carrying the ball, but how about that big mass of humanity?
Is it?
They got there, but I love the dive. Always a fan.
It's only 8.
Elliott now to kick this one away.
Oh my God, is that Nick Foles? What team is he
Here's
on?
Humphreys. And they're going to start this drive in pretty good shape as they get it up past the 30. And Tampa Bay trots out there now. And last time,
garbage.
1 play interception, so this offense, they should be fresh.
That's a good way of putting it. And I can't wait to see what they decide to do with play calling, because a 1-play drive where you throw an interception, a lot of people think the very next time out.
And Winston lost the football. And it's picked up by the Eagles. And his guys will set up shop at midfield at the 50-yard line. It gained really good yardage, but that's what you tell your quarterbacks, right? Get down after you got the run.
You don't have to prove your toughness. You know, I think that's what a lot of coaches are trying to preach to their guys. Get the yardage, get down, protect the football, and protect yourself from extra hits as well.
They give them 13 yards there on the play and a fresh set of downs. Running game working. They'll stick with it on 1st down.
And
Dang, I
down
really
goes,
want to hurt
taking
somebody.
it inside
That's
the
like
10,
a
just shy of the
one-on-one.
5 at the 6. 31 yards
I'm
there
gonna
and a
follow
first
the line
down.
this time.
Now
Go
a
in
chance to
between
make
the
that big
A-gap.
play really hurt. It's first and goal just outside the 5. They'll try and run for it on first and goal.
Oh, come on.
And a decent gain there as that takes us to the 2-minute warning. A nice pickup of 6 there to get him closer to the end zone, and it'll be second and
Oh, why
goal.
is it Sproles?
They'll try and run it now with Sproles. And he's in for an Eagles touchdown.
If you're trying to break a record,
Darren Sproles,
player,
his
you
4th
want that
touchdown
player.
on the year. And the Eagles continue to roll. And he takes off with it. It's a
turtle.
and he gets in. Well, no one was expecting a fake there, but they add 2 more onto their lead.
Right into them.
Elliott now to kick this one away. Here's Humphries.
Dang it, I was trying to get
They're
a
going to
tackle
start
with
this
a
drive in
kicker.
pretty good shape as they get
Dude,
it
this
out
guy has
past
not won
the
with the ball
30.
yet, but I haven't gotten a good chance.
Now the Buccaneers offense gets ready to head back onto the
this
field.
is a
Now they've
Chris
sort of
Long
lost
sack
their
right
way,
there.
partner. How do they recalibrate and get this proverbial train back on track?
Well, this is where leadership really comes into play.
Or threw it like in a
How's
matter
the
of
head
2
coach
seconds.
handling it? The offensive coordinator. Sometimes they just make a joke. All right, guys, you had your fun? All right.
Throw it out the window.
Yeah, let's get back on track here. And sometimes that'll work just fine.
I guess it's time now to lean on that leadership. And, Jameis intercepted a 3rd time. Picked off by Malcolm Jenkins.
What do you get?
All right, work with me, partner. This is a classic understatement. Their execution has been very poor. Last 3 drives, 2 interceptions and a fumble.
Okay.
Winning football?
Ripped
We're
in
not
the
seeing it right now.
Looking downfield for Joe. That's caught inside the 20.
No, wait. Oh, dang it. I didn't want to score. I was trying to...
Philadelphia. Julio Jones. His 2nd touchdown on the season. And the Eagles are pouring it on. Good start to the season for him. Oh, look at this. A flip to the kicker. He's going to try to run for it. And he gets in. Well, no one was expecting a fake there, but they add 2 more onto their lead.
Let's take it that way.
Elliott now to kick
Don't
this
kick it
one
out of
away.
bounds, dude. Please return it.
That's fielded in the end zone.
Holy injury.
And a pretty good
He's
return
dead.
here. He'll be stopped just shy of the 25 at the 24-yard line.
He's so small, too, and he's taking so many hits.
And Tampa Bay trots out there now. They are looking to make a bit of a 180. They are sputtering right now.
And frankly, I think it's time to call your playmakers together. Say, all right, guys, we're going to lean on you through this patch. We need you to get us back on track and get us going in the right direction. So you're calling plays geared to them. Not necessarily what you look at your plays. Oh, this hurts the defense. I want the ball in the hands of X, Y, and Z and see if we can move forward.
So don't get too cute. Go to the playmakers.
Oh,
A 2nd down pass play there, but it's incomplete.
Partner, I think it's high time to get him some passes that he's comfortable with. Some easy throws, some completions. He's not even hitting the 50% thus far.
Well, certainly that has played a big role into why they are trailing right now. Winston now. And this is going to be incomplete.
Winston,
I know coaches tell us all the time that having a powerful arm isn't the #1 thing they look for in a quarterback.
Dang it.
But when you're trying to throw inside routes,
I will not
and you need to
do
put
that.
some
What is
heat
this
on
dumb
it,
squeeze
it
ball?
helps have the big gun. In this case, just a little bit too much.
Here's Brian Anger now. He's been one of their few
It's not
bright
working. Maybe
spots
my
so
guys are
far.
too big. They can't hit.
This will be fielded at the 17.
Oh.
Now he bowls him over. He'll shine the tackle.
No!
So dangerous with a football in his hands. Call that a return of 38. And this offense, they're going to have excellent field position. They take over with a 1st and 10 on the short side of the field.
It's so sad.
Left. Ready.
Wow. Oh, no, that's not fun.
They'll run it now out of the gun. And past the 35,
why is Sproles in? I
dropped
put him all the way at
too
the
shy
bottom
of the
because I have
30.
Saquon and Christian
They pick up
McCaffrey.
12 on the play there, and they move
Who
the
is Thomas?
chains.
Partner, I remember a coaching friend of mine used to tell.
Alright, it's really gonna annoy me now. I don't find out, and plus, gotta take that other nerd out. What? How is he getting action?
You got like 15 minutes, then we gotta take 10 showers.
I forgot about Michael Thomas. I forgot I had him.
Running backs before games, make sure you run and jog with your offensive line in pregame. Get used to the ground shaking when those big behemoths start to create space for you up front. He did a pretty good job of just following those guys through there for a nice explosive run.
Give him 30 yards there.
There will always be a place for methodically marching the ball downfield, but when you can pick it up in big chunks and strike like that, have explosive plays.
And he's in. Touchdown, Eagles. Todd Gurley taking it in from 2 yards out, and the Eagles continue to roll. And he takes off with it. It's a fake.
I heard a coach talk about those late-in-the-half scores, especially ones that give your team a pretty decent cushion. He said those could be the ones that could finish off a squad if you let them.
Yeah, they've got the cushion. This half has been theirs. Elliott now to kick this one away. On the return, this is Jaquiz Rogers.
Oh!
Up to about the 26-yard line, just across the 25.
Jake Elliott's trucking. I forgot that he doesn't know how to tackle. He got one tackle this game.
On the field. And with time quickly fading here in the second quarter, not sure how aggressively, offensively they want to play this.
I think we'll find out just how much they trust their guys in this situation if they decide to take a shot.
Not a whole lot doing there as he'll get it up to about the 28-yard line. Now the Eagles will use the second of their timeouts as they stop it with 11 seconds remaining in this first half. And they'll run it here. And forget about finding a lane. He barely had time to look up before he was planted in the backfield. And now they'll take a timeout defensively. After the second down play, they burn the timeout, making him sweat out the final few ticks here in the second quarter. On third down. That's Rogers.
Dude, what happened?
And he's going to lose yardage and be backed up to the 25. Here's Brian Anger now.
No.
He's been terrific so far. You want the third quarter already? No problem. Let's do it.
Finally, they get to kick the ball.
So
Maybe
the
I'll
Eagles
start
with
letting
the
them
lead,
score.
and they're going to get this football first as the third quarter gets underway. Fielded about a yard deep.
Yeet.
A spin.
Yeet. Yeet. Oh, come on. Dude, if it actually gave me Tyreek Hill instead of this stupid Chris McCaffrey guy.
At some point, we're going to
I
get
like
it through
Chris
our
McCaffrey,
heads.
but he's my
Special
favorite running
teams,
guy.
special teams, special teams. The spark that often wins games.
Good starting field position
But it's
for
not
them here
up
as
there
they
like
come
the
up
other guy.
first and
That guy's
10.
so much
The third quarter starts with a run by Gurley. And
How
he
are
is
they getting their
tackled
hands up
inside
like
the
that?
40, not quite to the 35. This drive starting off on the right foot, 18 yards.
You might need to do it later, probably.
Right back to him on first down. Oh, fighting off the defender. And he is into the end zone. Touchdown, Philadelphia. Todd Gurley, 36 yards. And the Eagles are pouring it on. And he takes off with it. It's a fake.
Well, partner, that was another explosive run. One thing I've learned in our time in this game, yes, the offensive line has to get a lot of credit, but for big runs to occur, the wide receivers have to block well downfield.
And then you have to have a good guy carrying the ball too, right?
Oh, without a doubt. You need that difference maker lugging the rock.
Come on, small guys.
Now a hit.
Oh my God, the small dudes are the key.
It's picked up by the Eagles. And they are going to take over right there at the 22-yard line.
McLeod is good.
And careless with a football there on the kick return.
And one thing I love about going to practices is trying to get around coaches and hear their catchphrases and what they really emphasize. We haven't been to a single one yet this year where a guy fielding a kick, you don't hear tuck it.
And he'll take it into the end zone for an...
Goodbye.
Todd Gurley, 22 yards. And the Eagles continue to roll. Oh, look at this. A flip to the kicker. He's going to try to run for it. And he is not going to get to the goal line. And for the first time here this afternoon, they are thwarted on the two-point conversion.
I know we could sit up here and dance around it a little bit. But going for 2 in this situation, somebody doesn't like someone else. There's no doubt in my mind.
What they couldn't see is you lean back in your chair and you went, yeah, that's not a good decision. They didn't get it, though.
Yeah, I don't think you can just say, well, my kicker's hurt in this spot. No, okay.
Winston and the Bucs take over now, 1st and 10 at their own 28-yard line. And they'll go ground game here with a tailback. And not much, maybe a yard up to the 29.
He continues to struggle to find a crease to break off a big one and might need to just put that aside and just try and ram his way forward and get what he can.
Play fake. Winston.
Ha.
It's incomplete.
Hit him.
Took a shot, couldn't connect. The intended target was Chris Godwin. 3rd down here.
Oh, boy, partner, did that just happen? I've got my hand over my eyes right now because, like him, it's going to haunt my dreams, too. He was wide open. How did he overthrow him there?
Defensively, just very lucky. You know that they got away with one there. And he'll get it up near the 35, right at the 34 here. 5 yards on the screen, but that'll take us to 4th down. Instead of throwing it downfield, Charles, they just tried to dump it underneath there. You like the call?
Miss.
I do. I think it's a high percentage play because you get the completion, and what you're counting on is your back to use his legs.
Oh, my God. Tyreek Hill.
To make people miss and pick up
Stop
the
running
first down.
so fast, boys.
In this case, it didn't
I'm
happen.
trying to juke the defenders out. You
Patrick
just
Mahomes on his way out
out
for their next drive. He's been a good game manager. They're winning here in the 3rd quarter, but really, the ground game is where it's been at for them, hasn't it?
So whatever the game plan was, you just got to focus on continuing to run the football. And really, that takes the pressure off of the guy throwing it around. Doesn't have to be the focal point. Hand it off, let him chew up the yardage in big plays, and your team's winning. The only people upset, the fantasy guys that may have started him at quarterback in their leagues.
And we'll see if they continue with a recipe.
If Pat Mahomes can make a throw, dude, it's not that hard.
To start the drive, but this is going to wind up incomplete.
I know exactly why he tried to throw the ball to Julio Jones there. He's never considered cover. He's either too fast or too strong. You always try and get it to him.
Especially on those deep passes.
Come on, Jones.
Now Mahomes on the bootleg. And Jones has it over the middle. Julio Jones all alone. Past the 20, 10, 5. And he'll take it into the end zone for an Eagles touchdown. Julio Jones, 83 yards. And the Eagles are pouring it on. And oh, he takes off with it. It's a fake.
In order to lead in a game, you're going to get plenty of contributors. But that's his 2nd touchdown catch of this game. He's one of the key guys in this one.
And you better believe he'll be looking for the hat trick here as this one continues to go. Elliott now to kick this one away. Here's Humphreys. And he'll take it past the 25 and up to the 28-yard line. And Tampa Bay trots out there now. These guys had to punt last time. It has not been a very fruitful game offensively thus far. They haven't even made a trip to the red zone.
And I know that everyone's going crazy on that sideline because that drives you berserk to come off the field, not really move the ball well. As you said, not even get to the red zone, let alone, not even put points on the board. They've got to just take a deep breath, relax, try and figure out what is working, and call more of that. Running lanes were at a premium in the first half, but he's able to find some room there, and he's hoping that that's a precursor of a big second half.
They'll run it now out of the gun. And that one blown up quickly, as he's going to be stopped before he could even get started. He lost 2 there, and it's 3rd down.
The best offenses and the ones that win are ones that make adjustments. And right now, I think this team needs to open things up.
Jameis to throw it. And that is incomplete. Another drive comes and goes. Still nothing on the scoreboard.
Yeah, and when the second half comes, it's real easy to get discouraged and wonder if you're ever going to get things started. You just got to fight through it. Got to keep pounding away.
That's fielded at the 8-yard line. Spinning past him.
There we go.
And he'll score. Touchdown, Eagles.
Did you see that?
Tyreek Hill.
The other guy just put his hands up as a celebration. What are you doing? La, 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 la. Blah, 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 blah. Run, run, run. This guy right here. Look at this. If it shows... Oh, it didn't show it. This guy right here. Right there. Put his hands up like as a touchdown in the end zone.
92 yards. And the Eagles continue to roll. Oh, look at this. A flip to the kicker. He's going to try to run for it.
Out the way, yeah?
And he'll be out of bounds. And he will step out of bounds. Oh, what a mistake there.
What?
And the two...
What? You're telling me that I stepped out of bounds? 0-yard run. Okay, first of all, I got like 14 yards according to this. Hello? You... Jake Elliott, you're so dumb. He put the ball in his left hand, and so he didn't get the ball in the end zone. Jake Elliott, you nerd! I pressed pull it back.
Point try will be unsuccessful. So after the punt return touchdown, let's see what their opponents can do with this kickoff. Here's Humphries.
Let them score. 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 Let them score.
Through an opening, and there he goes.
Yes.
And he takes it all the way, but there is laundering on the field. A flag is down, and I think this one's coming back.
I agree.
Illegal block in the back. Return team.
So that will push him back.
Now we know why I have no extra space to run, don't we? An illegal block in the back, that penalty will move them back.
And they'll go with the ground attack here. And he'll fight forward to about the 27-yard line. Just a yard on the pickup there, and it'll bring up a 2nd and 9.
They tried a quick hitter inside, but that one was swallowed up because what they're hoping, those big defensive linemen will take the bait and move laterally and open up a crease that they can run through. Didn't happen on that.
And hit behind the line. He lost the football. It's loose.
That Earl
and
Thomas
the Eagles have recovered.
Of course it was Jenkins.
They may have the edge on the scoreboard, but that hasn't made them passive, has it? I mean, they dialed up a pretty good run blitz there. And Brandon, you know that all blitzes aren't just designed to get to the quarterback in the passer. Sometimes you're just trying to take away every gap, every hole that might be...
And he is into the end zone. Touchdown, Philadelphia. Todd Gurley taking it in from 24 yards out. And the Eagles take advantage of good field position on the turnover to cash this one in. And he takes off with it. It's a fake. And they are just not going to let up as he is into the end zone here for 2 more. Up big, and they go for 2, and they get it.
I remember being in high school and seeing an article in the paper where a local columnist had said, why are we fighting over sportsmanship and running up the score? Just run it up.
Now a hit and a loose football. And they have the football and will take over at the 24-yard line.
Oftentimes when we talk about piling on in any subject, it's a negative. In this case, for this team, it's a real positive. Just scored. Now they go down, knock the ball free, get it back. They got a chance to really increase their lead and put themselves in the driver's seat.
On the other side, a little insult added to the injury. They're in a bad spot.
Look how slow he is.
He
got caught.
7 yards down to the 17.
In my book, that's running the ball well, but with intelligence. How about him keeping the clock moving, staying in bounds?
Yeah, even though it's the third quarter, you're thinking ahead, aren't you? This is where your running game can really help you with the lead in the second half.
I agree totally. It's not just end-of-the-half situations that you're worried about the clock. It's throughout the game. And with a lead, stay in bounds. Make them fight harder to try and catch you.
7 yards on the pickup there, and now they've got it 1st and goal. They'll try and run for it on 1st and goal. And now running right through it. And he will take this one in for an Eagle touchdown. Todd Gurley, a 10-yard touchdown run. And the Eagles are pouring it on. And he takes off with it. It's a fake.
Partner, this running back's having a heck of a day on the ground. He just keeps punching it in and rushing for touchdown after touchdown.
And is there bad blood here? I mean, go for 2 when you're up that much?
If there wasn't before, there is now. When you do that, you've just announced to everyone, you just don't care about the other side at all. All you care about is what you're doing, and they just want to pile up points.
They did. They'll bring it back to just about the 25. Call it the 24-yard line. And Tampa Bay trots out there now. And the turnover last time, that's sort of been symptomatic of their struggles here in this one.
Big word. I like it, though, because you're exactly right.
And he loses the football a second time. And it's picked up by the Eagles. And this drive will start on the edge of the red zone at the 20-yard line.
It's not exactly round and round we go, but I'm looking at the poor defenses. All right, back-to-back possessions. The ball's turned over.
Back-to-back plays.
I mean, just that quickly, and you think you're going to the bench to get a little...
And he'll take it into the end zone for an Eagles touchdown. Todd Gurley taking it in from the 20. And the Eagles take advantage of good field position on the turnover to cash this one in. And he takes off with it. It's a fake. And he gets in. Well, no one was expecting a fake there, but they add 2 more onto their lead. Oh, boy, rubbing a little salt in the wound there, going for 2 up this big.
You know, there's one time when I played, Brandon, and played against a team that was just absolutely pile driving us, and they ended up going for 2 late in the game. And I asked one of the guys,
oh my God, Jake Elliott got a tackle, sort of.
Because we wanted to win by more. That feels like that type of situation.
Wow. Well, it could also result in a melee later, though. Winston and the Bucs take over now, 1st and 10 at their own 26.
Check, ready.
Throwing, Winston. And he takes a shot on the release as this will be incomplete.
Maybe a little frustration starting to creep in. The offensive line hasn't done a great job of protecting him in this game, and there he was, hit again as he threw it.
Yeah, another time on his backside, probably starting to get a little frustrated.
Got to keep his composure. Can't let the defense know that they're getting to him.
To throw, Winston. And on the left sideline, he caught it, but out of bounds, according to the head linesman. Incomplete, so the ball a little late getting there, and it's 3rd down.
Oh, he caught it. Just couldn't get the feet down. Couldn't get that toe tap sequence, right? I was ready to call him tippy toes if that one was completed.
Here's Winston. He hits Rodgers in the flat. And he loses the football a second time. And the Eagles have recovered. Often on fumbles, you look at the guy who coughed it up and say, geez, what did he do? But, hey, let's tip the cap to the defense here.
Not a problem at all, my man. I'm not going to tip it. I'm going to doff my cap to him. Congratulations. Big-time play. Knocking it free and creating something.
And he is into the end zone. Touchdown, Philadelphia. Todd Gurley finding the end zone yet again. And a forced fumble defensively leads to 6 points for the Eagles. And on his way to the end zone, shedding the tackle, he would not be denied.
That's what's called finishing the run. Making sure you power your way through. One-on-one tackle. No running back wants to go to the bench and say, I got stopped just short.
Elliott now to kick this one away. Here's Humphries. And he'll take this across the 25, a couple extra yards, up to the 27-yard line. And Tampa Bay trots out there now. They are right now just ice cold. I mean, they have struggled big time in this game, and they're getting blown out. How do they adjust?
So tough because we always talk about it being a team game, and you need all 11 working well together. But every now and then, partner, you need that one guy who can make a play against all odds that maybe can ignite things. And I think that's what they're looking for right now.
Yeah, you talk about going to your playmakers. They probably need to do it.
Find someone that you're used to touching the football that makes big plays.
Ready, blue ready. 4 down.
Now Jameis on 2nd down. Oh, it's a screen pass. That's complete. And oh my my
Oh my
goodness,
God,
he
he picked
loses
up
it
the ball,
again.
too.
And it's
He
picked
got
up by
that
the
ball.
Eagles.
No review.
And with that kind of
No
a
review.
deficit, you can't afford to make any kind of
Yeah.
mistakes. But it's been pretty symptomatic of what we've seen all game with them, isn't it? Down this big in the fourth
Yeah, you'd
quarter.
say an afternoon to forget, absolutely. On the handoff, it's Gurley.
That was nice.
And finally, down he goes as they work it inside the 10 to the 7. A big run there, 29 yards and a first. They'll try and run for it on 1st and goal. And he'll take it into the end zone for an Eagles touchdown. Todd Gurley, he flat out can't be stopped. And the forced fumble defensively leads to 6 points for the Eagles. And oh, he takes off with it. It's a fake. And he gets in. Well, no one was expecting a fake there, but they add 2 more onto their lead. Elliott now to kick this one away. Rodgers on the return. And a nice return sets him up pretty good here at the 30-yard line. Here comes the Tampa Bay offense now heading back out onto the field. They're sort of seeing themselves spiral out of control. Let's see if they can get things back on track.
And this is where the coach is walking that line of being calm and really being firm with his team. Had one tell me once, we were having a tough
there's no way he
patch.
just broke off that all those tackles,
This two-show
dude.
pass, and then finally we kept having a rough patch. He said, but you got to do something
Heads up.
to make it pass. And that's what they have to do. They've got to get some control back, get themselves reasserted, and calm things down.
See if they can get calm and reassert themselves here. Now Winston throwing the out route incomplete. That's Howard. A gain of 6 there on first.
This game just keeps evolving and changing, doesn't it? You got a tight end who can move around a lot, not necessarily using a big body on him. Sometimes you take a corner, a better cover guy, and put him on him and try and take him out of the game as we've seen in this one.
You're exactly right. They've taken him out of the game. That was just his first catch. Big reason they're losing right now. They try to throw on 2nd down, but this one is incomplete. Boy, the numbers throwing the football just not trending in the right direction. Last week he was under 50%. He's under 50% again here.
And we haven't gotten an announcement, but it appears to me that he might be a little dinged up and is just trying to play through. You know, he's one of those tough guys that wants to answer the bell each and every play for his team. That might be throwing off his accuracy.
It's a gain of 20 and picking up the first.
How does he keep breaking tackles?
Good route, good pickup for 1st down yardage, and that is a tough one to cover. The angle route, because a running back getting out of the backfield, if you're trying to cover that, especially if you're in the linebacker spot, and here's
Pressure comes and down he goes. The Eagles get there for the sack. Aaron Donald. He's the one that got to him. He takes him down for a loss of 9.
Brandon, I think you understand the type of afternoon this offensive line is having. It is a long one for them. Long for you to spend it with.
And his pass is intercepted for the 4th time today. Picked off near the 44. 20, 10, 5. And he takes this one back into the end zone. And the Eagles defense gets a pick 6 TD. That's the story of the game. They've been suffocating all game long on defense. They were suffocating there again in a big way.
And they've done it not just by out-athleting them, which is often the case, but by being able to adjust to anything they tried to throw at them and beating them into the punch each and every time. This was a defense that was well prepared.
And, boy, talk about adding insult to injury. He's into the end zone to tack on 2 more.
All right, I'll be right back. Try to take a shot. I'm back. Sorry that took a while.
And they turned the pick 6 into a pick 8 with that 2-point conversion.
I love how you upsell. That is outstanding right there. What a big-time play. Big switch in how this game was going, and then they capitalized a little bit on top.
This will be fielded on the back line of the end zone. And no run back here. This will be a touchback, and it comes out to the 25-yard line. And Tampa Bay trots out there now. And following the pick 6, and they had decent field position in throwing that pick 6. We'll see how they attack this drive.
And I think all you say to your guy is, listen, let's just take care of the football a little bit better. Make some better decisions on this drive, and they'll probably help him a little bit with maybe some really high percentage throws early to let him get settled back in.
But they told us, they've got confidence. That's not a problem.
Yeah, not a problem at all. They just want to make sure they get things settled down a little bit for their offense and give their defense a little bit of a chance to rest. Nice game there, partner, but you and I both know that won't do anything for the final score. They're not going to win this one. Right now, they're playing for pride and fantasy points.
And just to erase that goose egg, nobody wants to be shut out. Eagle pressure, too much this time. Down he goes. Chris Long in there to record another sack, their 6th of the afternoon.
This has been a tough one for this offensive line. It appears almost like they've been on roller skates this entire game, the way they've been pushed around. 6 sacks given up in this one.
And his throw here is incomplete. Defensively, that's Earl Thomas, the all-pro safety, knocking it free.
Brandon, at least there's one bright side to that incompletion.
What's that?
It wasn't an interception.
Wow. You're a nice guy. That was kind of savage. But correct. No pick, just incomplete. And he's going to have to eat this one as down he goes. Fletcher Cox in there to get him his 2nd sack now of the afternoon. Offensively, they're going to have to figure this out before next week. 7 sacks in one game.
Yeah, and that's more than any quarterback should have to bear. And if this continues on, there will be another quarterback in the game because no one can stand up to this week after week.
Very good return that time. 18 yards. And possession will switch hands, 1st and 10. So from the 39 now, they'll come up on a 1st and 10. They'll try and start the drive with Gurley. Oh, nice move at midfield. Oh, and now he bowls him over. And they've got it well across midfield down to the 40 before it's all said and done. That's good for 21 yards and a 1st down. Time for a break. So it's Eagle football here as we get you reset. And let's see what they've come up with offensively after having time to talk it over. They'll run it with Sproles. Shifts by him at the 25. And brought down, but not before they're inside the 25. That one good for 16, and the drive will continue. Not totally home free yet, but it's looking good as they come up 1st and 10. Now Mahomes. Kelsey imposing his will. Oh, he's able to outmuscle him here as he pulls it in. That one goes for 16 yards. It sets him up 1st and goal.
Well, go ahead and throw the ball, man. You got the big lead. You got the clock on your side. Obviously, they don't care much about the feelings of the other team, do they?
Well, I was going to say, you better run to the locker room pretty quick after this one.
Well, right now, maybe they're just looking at it from the fantasy perspective. More points for everyone if they win big.
Nice job defensively to hold them to 4, and now it's 2nd and goal. They'll give it to him up the middle, and he is met in his tracks behind the line of scrimmage. They'll wind up losing 3, and now it's 3rd down.
An interesting and intriguing decision there defensively because they kept extra DBs on the field despite seeing the multiple tight end look that came out for the offense.
I thought they were going to switch out of it. I didn't know if they felt they didn't have time or what the case was. And give them another 6. It's caught for a touchdown, and the blowout continues. Looking like they're well on their way to a 2-0 start. All smiles right now on that sideline, isn't it?
As well,
oh, look at this. A flip to the kicker. He's going to try to run for it. He spins free. A 2nd spin.
Turning and turning and turning.
And he'll get into the end zone as the 2-point conversion is successful. Elliott now to kick this one away. Short kick. One of the up middle take it now. And they're going to start this drive in pretty good shape as they get it up past the 30. That game's now gone final in the Meadowlands. And it's the Dolphins that wound up winning that one. Ryan Tannehill, 2 touchdown passes in the W. Winston now after the fumble recovery. And nearly another interception. They've been around the ball all game. He started out having some troubles back in the first half connecting with his receivers. Really hasn't gotten a whole lot better.
Yeah, he's at less than 50%, and you and I both know that just won't do. So I would think about spreading things out, putting it on the receivers, make them win those one-on-one battles on the perimeter and find their way open.
Another throw on second down, and this one incomplete as well.
I know our vantage point might be a little bit better way up here, but that looked like an ill-advised throw to me. I didn't see anything open, and this play just didn't look right from the beginning.
It did not. I thought he might get outside and just chuck it away. Dangerous pass, incomplete. And he'll be brought down right around the 37. They stop him for only 3 that time, and that'll bring up 4th down.
He wasn't the primary target, but I think it was almost like a check-down situation, wasn't it?
Yeah, like hoping he can break some tackles, a big tight end, but he couldn't do it.
Yeah, get it to that big frame and hope he can scatter some bodies, unable to get it done.
Now they go for it on 4th, but this one is going to wind up incomplete. So they tried to go for it for pride, but it really wouldn't have mattered. This one, it was already determined.
No doubt about it. This one was over a while ago.
Mahomes going to throw it here. He's going to float this over the middle, deep, incomplete. And we're down to 8 seconds now. The target that time, Michael Thomas. And that'll bring up 2nd down. 4th quarter, you've got the big lead. If you're coaching, Charles, you still taking shots like that downfield?
I'd be a little more concerned with running some clock and making sure you're taking care of the lead, because you keep flinging it around, you throw a couple of picks.
And they are going to score again. Yet another touchdown as they just add to their totals. I tell you, Charles, you play to the final whistle, I get that, but there are a few folks that might not be too happy with that score late in the game with a... Oh, look at this. A flip to the kicker. He's going to try to run for it. And he is not going to get to the goal line. And for the first time here this afternoon, they are thwarted on the 2-point conversion.
Well, partner, since this new 2-point rule came into play, offenses spend a lot more time working on it. That means the defenses are doing the exact same thing.
Elliott now to kick this one away. This will be taken to the back of the end zone. And no run back here. This will be a touchback, and it comes out to the 25-yard line.
I know, there's 1 second.
One last shot now for Winston. And my goodness, another interception. It's the former Seahawk, Earl Thomas. And they'll start out with great field position at the 47-yard line in enemy territory. The storyline of this one, Charles, no doubt the number 0. Zilch, nada. A shutout so hard to do in the NFL.
It really is. And what an accomplishment, because you feel that not just on the defensive side, but as a full team. There's a lot of pride that goes into shutting out an opponent. And how about that 0 on the scoreboard for them, going along with those zeros in the time column, too.
So for the Eagles, it was a great all-around performance as they come out of this one with the victory. And they'll return home next week to take on the Indianapolis Colts. Meanwhile, for the Bucs, they'll drop to 0-2. And they'll look to get back on the beam next week as they host the Pittsburgh Steelers. I'm Brandon Gaudin. Certainly have to thank Charles Davis, my broadcast partner, and our entire crew. We'll catch you next time right here. It's the NFL on EA Sports.
take a minute to see how you can improve your team.
Adios.